Hi everybody and welcome back to my War Games hobby channel. Alec here. You can see I'm not at the club tonight, I'm at home, and that's because tomorrow we've got a game at the bowling club, my other hobby. It's closed in the winter, so we've hired it out for the morning and partly into the afternoon as well. And four of us are going to have a big game that we can't do at any of our houses, we just haven't got the space. We're going to play a game of black powder, but we're using the Glory Hallelujah book, and we're doing one of the battles from the book called Salem Church, which took place in 1863. Now we've sort of looked into this battle quite a bit because the information is quite good in the book, but we found a much more detailed map, and we want to sort of, although we're going to stick to the army lists they've got in the book, and we're going to make some minor adjustments to make it, I think, a more balanced game. We're going to use the map from what we found on the internet, which is a lot more accurate. And we're going to be fighting. The church will be there. We're going to lay out the game. We're going to get up there early tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, start setting up. The other guys are going to be there sort of 9:30, and we're going to hopefully start 10 or soon after 10 o'clock, and we're going to play this game until it's finished, which will probably be early or mid-afternoon. So it's going to be great fun. Now I will record the game, or at least parts of it, because it's just going to take too long to record the whole thing. I think we're probably talking about 3 or 4 hours here, and my battery won't last that long. So all I'm going to do, to give you a flavour of the game, I'm going to record bits and pieces of it, highlights every so often, let you know what's going on, just to show you, hopefully, what is a good game. We've all got American Civil War 28mm figures, and it's 28mm we're doing it in. The base size of the unit is 12 figures for a regiment or battalion, and 16 for a large regiment, and 8 for a small. The vast majority are medium, and there's a few large. I think there's one small. And the artillery batteries are 2 guns per battery, or 1 gun if it's a half battery. I'm not quite sure if there are any half batteries actually in this game, but anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. There's no cavalry, it's an infantry game. And we're just going to have a bit of fun and see how it goes. I thought I'd do this tonight because I won't have time in the morning to do much the preamble. I want to get straight into setting up the tables and getting ready for hopefully a 10 o'clock start. I just thought I'd explain what we're doing to give you an idea. Graham and I have been playing quite a bit of black powder recently because we haven't done for many years, and I'd almost forgotten how to play it, and Graham's very rusty as well. So we have started playing a lot more games. We've been making some errors, which, you know, happens. I mean, I just can't retain rules like I used to be able to. And if I don't play them for a year or so, I forget a lot of what I should be doing. But it's been more than a year. But we've always liked black powder, well, I have anyway, and we want to get back into it. So we have been playing some games. No doubt we'll make some more mistakes today, but that doesn't matter. The thing is, there's 4 buddies having a good time, having a game, and if we get most of the rules right on the way, then that's great, you know, but we're not too bothered if we don't. But if you spot any errors, I don't mind you pointing them out, because, you know, that's the way we're only going to learn. The 2 other guys that are playing, Neil and Alan, have both played the game, in fact, more than me and Graham. So, and as far as I know, from what we agreed the other day, it's going to be me and Alan against Neil and Graham. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very good game, hopefully. And we've got the whole place to ourselves, and hopefully you'll enjoy watching it as well. That's the main thing. So that's it for me for now. Next time, you know, you hear from me, the game will be set up and we'll be ready to go. And what I'll do is I'll show you around the table, show you around the battlefield, and explain what we plan to try and do, at least. And then, as I say, every so often I'll come back and let you have a look at what's happening. Right, okay, so next time I speak to you, we'll be at the club. Right, so here we are, we've set up, the game's ready to go, as you can see. It's a big table, it's 6 feet deep and it's 10 foot wide. And this is the Rebs coming on here. And over here we got the Union Army coming on this side of the map. There's a lot of them, isn't there? We're just about to start. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an update every so often about how we're doing, because this game's going to probably last for 3 or 4 hours and my battery's going to run out on my phone. So I'm just going to do highlights. But you can see it looks a fantastic game. Graham's got his coffee. Oh, Graham.
I'm just sucking my stomach in, Alex.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to be on the telly.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm just going to make myself a coffee and then we're going to make a start. And there's Salem Church in the middle. And over there is the schoolhouse, which is occupied by Rebs, as you can see. There's Rebs there. And in that church, if Graham lifts up the... Oh, yeah, there's some Rebs in there as well. So we've got to try and dig them out of there and push the Rebs back. Right, so coffee time first, and then we'll do the first moves and we'll let you know what's happening. Okay, so the Union have just done their moves. You can see we've moved, in fact Alan's moved a lot quicker than me. He's moved up here quite well. I've only moved one move at all of mine. Gone through the woods. I can only go into it's a heavy wood, so I've only gone into the wood for one move. That's all I'm allowed to do, although from once I'm in there I can move a bit quicker because I'm in march formation. And here we are, the Rebs are just moving up slightly to get up to the road. I don't think Graham's going to go any further than that. He's going to be his usual cagey self. And over on here, the Rebs on that side of the table they're all exhausted. They can only move one move each turn, because in this battle, if you read the scenario, they are exhausted, so they can only move once. And it does affect their melee as well. If they should get into melee, they get a -1.
Can they support that?
Right, so yeah, just a bit of movement at the moment. Not a lot happening, other than we did shoot once, actually. One artillery battery fired over here at the church, but it didn't do any damage. Right, report back later when there's something interesting to tell you. Okay, a little bit of an update on the game. We're progressing. As you can see, there's a lot of smoke in the middle there. It's a massive firefight going on, which we knew would be the case. Over here, I'm just coming through the woods. This is the only unit that's able to shoot. These are just too far outside the wood, or in the wood, to be able to shoot back. They need to move forward slightly. But there's a lot of Rebs waiting for me there, so I'm a little bit worried about that flank. Over here, my first unit's got shaken in the middle here. A few other casualties, much the same over there. They've got 1 or 2 casualties as well. Nothing spectacular though. The Union are moving up here again. They did move up, then they got a what do they call it?
Blunder.
A blunder. Yeah, they got a blunder and they had to come back again. Now they're going forward again. So it's still early days. This game was always going to be a massive firefight in the middle from shooting. I'm not sure if anyone's going to actually get into combat, but we'll see. The Rebs have got their rebel yell, but I don't think they want to use it somehow. Yeah. Right, so I'll report back when there's more to tell you, but as you can see, it's getting to the exciting stage. Just a quick update as they continue moving down there. You can see there's a unit over here. It's the first unit that's been that one there that took casualties from shooting and from the artillery here, and they've fallen back now. They're shaken, disordered, and they're what's known as whipped, which in these rules means they're effectively out of the game. They can't do anything. They have to stay where they are, and they're not allowed within 12 inches of any enemy, which is not the case anyway. So they'll just stay put until I advance, then they'll have to fall back a bit more. So the first broken unit goes back. You don't remove broken units for the American Civil War. Part of black powder. It's just classed as whipped. It stays on the table, but it is effectively out of the game. So the first
minus 2, 1/3 casualty.
first blood to the Union, really.
Minus 3.
No, it's
It's a
minus-
massive firefight going, a lot of shooting going on. At the moment, I would say my Union in the middle here are losing out on the shooting. Graham's shooting better than me, and I'm taking heavy casualties. But at least I've managed to push that unit back. Over here, I failed to move in the woods. It's the second time I've done that, and in fact, I did a blunder, and this unit had to fall back. So, not much happening on this flank. I don't think the Rebs are going to come into the forest after me somehow. It's a heavy wood. I've only got a visibility of 6 inches in there, so I've got a feeling he's going to stay where he is. And not much is going to happen over there. The more is going to happen in the centre and around the church. And if that Union brigade over there swings round to that hill. So yeah, it's things are starting to take shape. We've been playing now about an hour and a half, so it's slow, but we're getting there. It's a lot of troops to order, but so far, yeah, going well. More news. You can see the church has got the roof lifted off now. It's because the unit that was in there did a bad morale test and they've fallen out, fallen back out of the church. So that's good. The Union can move in there maybe, although it's the Rebs' turn next.
This one is with...
Right, a little bit of an update here. There's still a bit of a firefight going on. This brigade over here on the right has done another blunder and gone back again. So they're very reluctant to get involved in this fight. And it's a shame because that's where the Confederates look weakest. But these Union are being very cautious. In the centre here, we're trying to take the church, but we're failing on that as well. This unit's shaken in the middle here. So we're trying, but that building, although the unit that was in it, the original unit has disappeared, another one went in there, so the Rebs are holding the church. I've taken a brigade here that's broken, but I think the Rebs have got 3 broken regiments now, haven't they? We've only got the 1. Over here on the left in the wood, not a lot's happening because I'm failing to activate my units over here, so I'm disordered with that unit in front. I'm not causing any casualties because I'm only shooting with 1 figure. Just doing mixed formation while they're in the wood. The only way I can get out of that is to come out of the wood, but I keep failing to activate. So it's, on both flanks, the Unions where they should be doing something are failing to miserably. And the centre's just this massive firefight going on. And at the moment, I think the casualties are about even, roughly, in the middle. Anyway. Right, so report back later. We're having a bit of a lunch break, and then we're going to carry on after and see whether the Union can force the pace maybe. I need to get these moving in the wood if I can. But I'm failing. Right.
No, I haven't.
Right, interesting things happened here is that the Rebs have got a broken brigade. This unit here is broken, that one there, and they got 3 behind. So
you just go back 8 inches.
they have to move away more than they have to move away. If they're within 12 inches of a Union troops, they have to fall back. And you have to roll to see whether you do that or not.
No, it doesn't matter. They just have to fall back.
They have to fall back,
As far away
okay.
as you need.
And is that their turn then?
That is their turn, mate.
Right.
They've got to come back.
They're not within 8 inches actually.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't
Because
matter.
the brigade is broken.
Oh,
So the brigade is retired.
yes, yeah, okay, all becomes clear now. So the Rebs have lost this brigade in the middle and they have to fall back. They have no
They'll have to
option.
go back.
This is a
Obviously
real,
part of that
a real
brigade.
turning point of the game. The Rebs are finally,
Guns have to go back as well.
the Rebs are finally being pushed
Guns
back,
belong to this brigade.
having lost a brigade in the middle.
These ones.
The front ones.
No, that brigade.
This is the second one. It says those.
No, they go back as well.
So they get a shaken.
I didn't think artillery had to, but they do they?
Part of the
Okay.
brigade.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So
Yeah.
they're broken.
No, they're not broken. Well, no, they're not broken. Well,
What do they do?
They just go back there. They limber up and retreat. You won't see them anymore.
So the centre is really now in control of the Union, who will now, in their turn, push forward, hopefully, and break the other brigade that's there.
Sorry, mate.
It's not a disaster, but it's not good for the Rebs.
It is.
because that was a big brigade as well, and it was holding the centre of the battlefield near the church. So it's a good result for the Union troops. The Rebs are finally falling back. This unit here, this brigade here, still is failing to do anything. I've failed to activate yet again. They just stood in the middle of that wood. They're taking fire from the schoolhouse. You can see there's 2 casualties each on those 2 front units that are on the edge of the wood, and they're taking fire from over here as well. But they're not moving up. I'm trying to move these light infantry up and this other brigade, but I keep failing. So there's nothing happening there at all.
No, it's not Browns all right.
Pretty strong in the centre because that Red brigade has just broken. And on the right over here, the Union are pushing forward here. They're taking heavy casualties trying to get the church, but just can't get into it. And this brigade has, unfortunately, hasn't done much in the battle at all. They need to move up because they can swing round. You can see how weak the Rebs are over there, but they're not moving, and they've fallen back twice due to making blunders. So it's frustrating. The Union could be winning this, but they're just not able to get that unit over there activated.
So we need to move those then.
But it's a very positive situation now for the Union.
Do these become shaky?
They've got to make best of it as they can. Well, I finally managed to get through in this wood here and open fire on these over here, and I've caused some casualties and disorder as well, although not a great deal, but enough to make them think twice about what they're doing. My artillery opened fire on the building, but that was a bit of a waste of time. And all along here, although I did a lot of shooting, I failed to, or Graham did some really good saving rolls, so I didn't cause any casualties at all. I rolled badly, but he rolled really well when he did need to save. So although I could have, if I'd rolled well there and he hadn't saved as well, his other brigade might have been in trouble, but they're not. They're sitting there quite happy. Over here, not much has changed. This brigade slowly moving up on the right, very slowly.
Yeah. Well, this is what I thought about.
Yeah, so we are getting there, slowly but surely. The Union are pushing forward, but it's a very slow progress. That church has been really hard. These buildings, defended buildings, are very difficult to break into. And I haven't even tried over here yet because I've not got near enough. I need to come out of this wood really because I'm having to stay into sort of skirmish order while I'm in there, and I'm not very effective at shooting.
Why do you want that, really?
But I need to come out in the wood, form up, and then maybe I can do something. But he's quite a strong position. He's backed up by 4 large units of infantry that are really quite fresh. So I'm not sure whether if I tried that it would fail dismally. But we'll see. I think where we've got to win, we've got to break the centre. If we can break the centre, we can hopefully win the game. This is a fresh unit come round the other side of that church. They've only taken 1 casualty so far, despite all these troops firing on them. So, yeah, report back later. But still there's slight advantage to the Union, I would say. But can they exploit it? We don't know. Okay, with the beginning of the Union move, unfortunately this brigade here is now broken because once half or more of its troops are broken, and I've got these 2 here are broken, although these 2 have taken no casualties at all, the whole brigade becomes broken, so I've had to fall back. There's a big gap there now. So this game's far from over. I've got to try and break that brigade in the centre, to break the centre with this brigade, although he's got help coming there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regiments there against effectively 3 because these are in a bit of trouble. I can't afford to lose another one. Although that's a brigade of 5. Yeah, I've lost 2. I can't afford to lose another. So it's not over yet at all. The Rebs are making a bit of a comeback. Over here, you can see I'm making no progress at all against this massive force around the schoolhouse. I can't see me doing anything there. And on the right over there, you see the Union are finally moving up on that side. And hopefully they'll do enough to swing round and take the Reb army in the flank. That's the idea, hopefully. We still can't get that church. We still fail to charge in. So it's not over yet. Anything could happen. The Union have had an advantage, but now this brigade's broken here.
Yeah.
Oh, is that 3 units?
It's really made it
So
a
2.
close game again.
Oh.
By the church.
Well,
Well, we just managed to get that unit out of the church. They've broken. Are they part of a broken brigade now, by any
yeah, well,
chance?
they were before.
Oh, of course they
The
were.
artillery posse.
So they won't be going back in. The rest of their brigade's broken. The only reason they stayed in the church is because you can stay in a defended position. But now they've been pushed out, they're not going to go back in. They'll have to keep retreating. So the Union have finally got them out of the church, although whether they'll put another unit back in there or not remains to be seen. It'll be their turn next move, so they probably will. So Alan's slowly pushing round there, and I'm just about to do my shooting, see if I can do something in the centre. Well, nothing much has happened here other than Neil keeps disordering me when he shoots at me, but I'm holding the wood against those 2 units and the ones in the schoolhouse. I don't think I'm going to do anything there, and I don't think he's going to come into the wood after me, so that's going to be a stalemate. He's moving those 2 brigades round because he doesn't need them near their schoolhouse now. They're coming round to support the attack that's going on here. Now you can see these 3 units have moved forward. They've opened fire. That's got 2 casualties now, so I need to try and recover this situation because it's looking a bit dodgy. I need to move this big unit along here maybe to, yeah, I don't know, think about what you're going to do there. But at the moment we're in a vulnerable position in the centre. On the right, Alan's pushing through.
I've basically got 1 brigade.
And yeah, it's finally poised now, the game. We had the advantage, the Union, originally, or for most of the game, but now the Rebs are really coming back into it, and the Union are starting to falter. As I say, this brigade's broken, so they're falling back. They can't do any more. So yeah, it's going to be, this next couple of moves going to be crucial to see who wins the game. Well, we've got something exciting over here. Well, let's just, there's a bit of shooting going on over here. I was hoping to, I've disordered a couple of units here, well, 3 units out of the 4, which is good, but I was hoping to sort of shake them a bit more, but then I couldn't do that. I was hoping to cause more casualties, but I didn't manage to do that. I've turned my artillery.
So,
Though it did damage, it wasn't enough to cause much of a problem. Now we've got 2 charges going on over there.
pause.
This is going to be crucial
There?
to the game.
Where are we? Which one?
Here, this one.
I've got 5 dice. And I get 2.
4.
4 on me.
Yeah.
I
Got
say
1,
3.
saved 1.
So I lost 1.
1 each, was it?
Yeah.
So the,
Oh, I get a reroll, don't I? Yeah, an extra hit, Alan,
why did you get a reroll?
because I've got tough fighters.
Okay.
And you lost the melee. I had an
Want to shake them off?
extra.
So, move to the rear, 1 move.
So they've had to fall back. Weren't able to break
Right
through
there.
there.
I get 7.
They're on 3s.
Do you get a hill there at all?
No.
What do I need? 4s?
4.
I've got 3.
I've got
1
4.
reroll, 4.
Okay, an update. Over here, nothing much has happened. No one's going to come out. I'm not going to come out of that wood now. And Graham's not going to come forward with those troops. So that's going to be a stalemate. Graham moved these 2 units up and tried to force one of the units to be shaken because I've got 2 units shaken already. This one here
5.
and that one there. Well, this unit is broken, in fact. That one's shaken.
Right.
And he failed to cause any of my units to become shaken. So had I had 3 shaken units, I would have had a broken brigade. But he failed to do so. So now I've got to do the same to him because this brigade here,
So it's -2.
which includes that unit there, they've got 3 there, but the other 2 are already broken back near Graham's baseline. So I've just got to force one of his units to be shaken. So whoever gets a shaken unit first has lost the centre. So it's pretty crucial. It's my turn next. So I'm hoping. Now the trouble is I've got 2 disordered units here. I've got to try and rally them, and because you do rally on a 6 only for the Union at the beginning of the move. Even if they don't rally, I can still shoot it at them because they're close range, and it's going to be interesting to see whether I can force him back. My guns are disordered, they can still shoot though.
The guns didn't.
And these are disordered and they can still shoot, but but less effectively. So this is quite a crucial move. If I don't force one of his units here to get shaken and fall back, then he'll certainly do it to me next move, and it'll be game over. So who's gonna fail first? We don't know.
I've got 2.
What's happening over there, Neil? Is it still pretty tight?
Pushed Alan away from the house here.
Oh
Routed
my goodness!
One regiment.
So you've got another
One
unit in
back
there now, if you knew, yeah?
Yeah, I've gone
Okay.
back in there. Pushed them back, holding there. Pushed those back, and have. Helen, are these spent or shaken or not?
Well,
These
no, they've got 2 casualties and they're disordered.
2 casualties disordered, but the melee has gone well there, so I'm shaken and he's not, and we're carrying on fighting.
Okay, so it's pretty tight over there, in other words. We just cannot get that church. This is where the game is going to be decided, in the centre. Right, I'll report back when I've had my go. Okay guys, the game is over. Over this far side here, the Union have broken that brigade on the hill. Finally, it took them all day to do it, but they finally broken through. In the centre here, where Graham was moving up to try and break me, he only needed to cause one of my units to become shaken here, and I would have gone. He failed to do it last turn, but I've shaken this unit, and he's already got 2 shaken back there, so his brigade's gone in the middle. So they've lost 2 brigades. They already lost 1 anyway, so that's 3 brigades. Over here, it's an absolute stalemate. So the Union have become victorious, but only just. In fact, had Graham beaten me here, we would have lost 2 of our 5 brigades, and over there they would have lost 2 of their 4. So I still think we probably would have won, but not so dramatically. But yeah, it was a great game, a big game for us. And it was very, very close in the centre, although Graham lost one of his brigades early on, but he nearly got back into it and broke the Union centre, because these had already broken already. So that would have been another brigade, and had they broken through the centre, that would have been it, I think. But yeah, this was a bit disappointing over this side, because that heavy wood really made it difficult for me to get through it and form up outside the wood, because he had troops there protecting it. I would have got mauled, and I rolled really, really badly on that side. I just did nothing for most of the game, just stood there. So yeah, brilliant game. It's the first time we've tried something of this scale, and I think it worked. Yeah, right guys, time to tidy up, and I hope you enjoyed watching the highlights of this game, and when we do another one we'll do the same again.
You mean you're not going to